Welcome to the party, pal. Your friendly neighborhood Master Chaos, back with you yet again. The last few days of sort of taking it easy at Universal City Walk and such, I felt like I wasn't really getting my steps in. So I'm heading back on the trail to get some more exercise, more much needed exercise, I should say. We don't want to get flabby, do we? We're going to be talking obscure horror movies today. My top 5 obscure horror movies that I'm sure you don't own. And if you do, please leave me a comment. I'd be very surprised if you do own these movies. These are very, very obscure, small release, indie movies, just bizarre things. But I'm curious if any of you have ever even heard of these movies. Before we get into that, I do want to mention, if you're new here, welcome to the party. My name is Master Chaos, and we're going to have some fun. Consider subscribing. I do have a contest, 300 subscriber contest. If we get there by August 1st, I will pick one of my subscribers, ask them to choose a charity, and then I will donate $20 to the charity of their choice. So, while you're here, drop me a sub. We've got daily videos, and sometimes videos twice a day. We're going to have some fun talking movies, horror, action, any kind we can find. Let's get to the weirdo movies. Just taking accounting of where we're at the moment. I'm going to pause real quick. When I mean obscure movies, I don't mean The Room or weird movies like Birdemic. I'm talking the real shit. Forget The Room.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
This is by no means the extent of my weird movie collection. I sort of consider myself a connoisseur of really obscure films. But I thought we'd kick it off with Forest of the Dead, seeing where we are right now. Forest of the Dead. It's a film by Brian Singleton. Brian happens to be a friend of mine. I didn't actually get this from Brian. I found this at Amoeba Records in California. Let me see if I can show you that. If the bugs don't eat you alive, the campers will. This is a really fun, kind of a micro-budget zombie movie set in the woods. Brian is a great dude. He's a special effects artist. And there's the back, so there's the plot. Basic plot. Campers in the woods. Except instead of a slasher, it's zombies. Really fun, really great. Actually, cover art as well. See if we can show you some of the back here. Some really nice special features, commentaries, featurettes, all the good stuff put out by Elite a long while back. I'd say maybe almost 20 years ago. Now, actually, wow, has it been 20 years? Possible. Forest of the Dead. How many of you have seen this movie? Really fun film. I highly recommend it if you can find it. I'm not sure who would really have it now. I doubt it has another release beyond this DVD. I think it'd be fun to watch on Blu-ray. It's been a while since I watched it, but I'm pretty sure it's shot on video, which there's nothing wrong with. I really enjoy the hell out of shot on video films. I'm not sure if you guys are into shot on video films, but they're a guilty pleasure of mine. And Forest of the Dead is a blast, and not just because I know Brian, the director, but because it really is a fun ride. Recommended. Just had a sighting in the wild of little baby squirrels. Right there. You guys see that? Right there. Hello, guys. Oh, they are little. And they are unafraid. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, now they are. Beautiful day today. Perfect day to talk Disco Exorcist. This film actually stars another friend of mine, Sarah Nicklin. She is that bloody demon lady right there in the center. Some of you might know Sarah. She's a pretty popular actress in the horror realm. She's done tons of movies. Disco Exorcist, Get Down, Get Dead, put out by Wild Eye. Show you the back here. This is the plot. It is a 70s tinged, very much a loving spoof, but not necessarily a spoof. Comedy horror mashup of 70s films and, of course, The Exorcist. Special features, of course, commentary, deleted scenes. This is a really, really fun movie. It is a blast to watch. I'm curious how many people have seen the Disco Exorcist. A little review here. Twitch Film says, a brutal, blasphemous horror sex comedy, a howl from start to finish. And All Things Horror says, hilarious and unexpectedly sexy. It is quite a sexy film. It's a very fun movie overall. I highly recommend Disco Exorcist if you guys have not seen this yet. Focus. It does not want to focus on this movie. Really, really good time. Like sort of another micro budget, and then maybe that's a running theme with these films. Micro budget, kind of shoestring film, but really a fun watch and a joyful movie. Something to enjoy, not with the whole family, but when the family goes to bed, put in Disco Exorcist. It's not as sleazy as I thought it was going to be, just sort of from the atmosphere of the release of the cover and everything. It's definitely more of a silly film, but if you guys enjoy horror comedies, I recommend Disco Exorcist. It is quite a treat. A couple little ducky friends who decided to join me on the walk. Nice little peaceful area for them to hang out in. I wonder if they like scary movies. Probably not. I'm sensing a theme, another sort of running theme with these 5 obscure, weird movies. Zombie-geddon is the next one. And the other recurring theme is, of course, not just that they're micro movies, but that I know the filmmakers or people involved. This is Chris Watson's Zombie-geddon, a really epic film released by Troma a while back. It stars Brink Stevens, Tom Savini, Robert Z'Dar, William Smith, Felissa Rose, Lilith Stabbs, Joe Estevez, Conrad Brooks, Conrad Brooks. We'll get back to him. He'll appear one more time in this video. Ron Jeremy, Linnea Quigley, Julie Strain, and Lloyd Kaufman. And of course, this is sent to me by my good friend Chris. He is a wonderful guy. I'd be shocked if it didn't become a cult classic, says Ain't It Cool News. Sadly, it didn't become a cult classic, but it is a wonderful, wonderful, super fun film. Highly recommended. Basically, these guys, these cops, it takes place in a small town where he filmed the madness. These cops have to deal with a sudden zombie apocalypse. Here's the back. Look at this great cover. You got Felissa Rose down here. Amazing cast. Let me show you the back there if you guys want to read that a little bit. A new race of flesh-eating zombies has been created by Satan and released from their fiery pit to begin a hostile takeover of the world. And a couple of dirty cops have to stop them. Special features, here we go. Director commentary by 3 zombies, interview with the cast, exclusive interview with Herschel Gordon Lewis. That's interesting. As far as I know, I don't think he's in this. I don't remember. I don't think he's in this. Almost everybody's in this, but there you go. Zombie-geddon. The zombies, kung fu, zombie eating, tigers, bear breasts, and Joe Estevez. It is a wild movie. It is a perfect Troma movie. It wasn't made for Troma. It was just distributed by Troma. But Chris really put his all into this movie, and he really kicks the pants out of any sort of low budget, shot on video zombie film. I think between this and Forest of the Dead, this is the bigger epic zombie shot on video movie. So I highly recommend Chris Watson's Zombie-geddon if you have not seen it. Of course, I preface if you have not seen it, but I'm 100% certain you guys have not seen these movies. I may be wrong. I may be 100% wrong. And if I am, well, prove me wrong. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've seen these things, because I'd be very impressed. I found this little ravine. I want to showcase to you guys while we talk about Something Weird Videos, God Monster of Indian Flats. Got a fly in my mouth. Wanted. Have you seen this sheep? Curious. Have you guys seen this movie? God Monster of Indian Flats is one of the weirdest movies in my collection that I own, and one that I revisit quite often, believe it or not, because I find it so friggin' unique. So let me show you. Get off me, flies. A lot of flies today. Look at all the special features for this thing, for this ridiculous movie. I mean, none of it is actually concerned with God Monster of Indian Flats. It's all related to like other little odds and ends that Something Weird has in its collection, and so they decided to just plop it on here. So technically, not really special features for God Monster. Anyway, look at this thing. Look at this. Look, that's the sheep monster attacking a group of picnickers. So basically, the movie is about a sheep who gets mutated, and he goes on a rampage in this small town. I'm going to pull back if you guys want to read the rest of that. Go ahead. The mayor then startles everyone by putting the damaged mongoloid beast on display as the eighth wonder of the world. Oh my God! What a wonderful. What a wonderful fact that they put that on there. The damaged mongoloid beast. That's the best way to describe this movie. Something Weird Videos. God Monster of Indian Flats. This is the only movie, I guess, that I'm going to talk about today that I don't know the filmmakers or the people who made it, but I'm just appreciative of how bizarre this movie is and how unique this film is and how important it is, because, yes, it's a piece of garbage movie, but it's such a fun watch. And then honestly, this was somebody's dream. Every movie is somebody's dream, believe it or not. In even this movie, at one point in time, made someone happy. And you know what? This movie does make me happy, and I highly recommend it. It's very weird. If anyone's ever seen this, I'm curious your thoughts. I keep finding these holes still everywhere. I'm not sure what they are. A ground squirrel? Groundhog? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a nature guy, so I don't have an answer as to what kind of creature. Snake hole, maybe? I don't know. Spiders? What's in here? What is in here? Can't see anything. Last, but certainly not least, is a film that really sort of set me on the path of collecting bizarre, obscure, strange movies. That would be Jangel, also known as Jangel or Jangel, by Conrad Brooks. I mentioned we'd be talking about Conrad again. There's Conrad. Conrad recently passed away, sadly. He was a good friend of mine. He was actually in 2 of my films. He's a good man. I miss you, Conrad. And the reason I have Jangel is because I know Conrad, and I was one of the first people to buy this thing on VHS when he released it. This, of course, looks amazing, doesn't it? This, I guarantee you, is one of the weirdest, strangest, oddest, and at the same time, most off-putting movies ever made. Don't believe me? Here's a clip. I rest my case. This beautiful, surprisingly elegant DVD was released by Oldies. It is an Alpha New Cinema release. It's got some bonus features, includes outtakes. I'm sure there were plenty. This includes part 1 and part 2. They actually made three Jangel movies, maybe 4. The first one's the best, absolutely the best, and it's got Dale Kluge, who's the original Jangel. It's actually the only one that has the original Jangel. Michael Steen from Film Facts magazine writes, aesthetically indescribable and guaranteed to leave you questioning your own sense of reality. Jangel also features the most grueling rubber snake fight ever recorded, which you have just seen a clip of. Here's a close-up of the description on the back. If you'd like to read that, I'll move my finger. Feel free to pause. Beast Returns is not as good. It's still fine, but it's not as great. And part 3 is horrible. I believe it was Son of Jangel. It was horrible. Conrad's barely in it. It's not a true Jangel film because Conrad wrote and directed these movies. So that makes them authentically Conrad Brooks films. Conrad Brooks, for those of you who don't know, of course, is one of the staple actors for Mr. Edward D. Wood Jr. He was in Plan 9. He was in Glen or Glenda. He actually lights Glenda's cigarette. I believe that's his scene. And he plays one of the cops, Officer Jamie, in Plan 9 from Outer Space. Conrad does. Anyway, Jangel. It is, well, as far as masterpieces go in the world of weirdo, outre, bizarre, unique, unfathomable cinema, it is a shining star and an example of what you can do nowadays. Nowadays, anybody can make a movie. Jangel, highly recommend if you can find it. It's really fun. And Conrad, I miss you, my brother. Here's to you. Let's check in on the old activity monitor here. It's 332, not bad. I'm going to keep going. I like to crush at least maybe 500 calories, usually. But I think our journey together ends right here. That'll do it for today, my friend. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and I appreciate you spending it with me. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, well, welcome back. Drop me a like if you enjoyed today's adventure. Stick around. Physical Media Exercise is a daily show, so I hope to see you again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed these films. If you haven't seen them, track them down. They're worth a watch. And if you have seen them, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. I'm incredibly curious to hear. Again, thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I hope this video finds you happy, healthy, and well. And until then,